Tigran. Okay, so we finally got what we asked for. Um, so if you look at it, this is really your W bottom, right? So 240 minutes, there's W bottom there. If you look at the volume profile, it really just, this downtrending channel bottom and then where the W bottom. So, um, here continue. Like MACD cross over to downside, so continue drop more. Um, Ideally, so we have weekly breakdown, right? So the first downside target will be 59.19, like 59.20, like even number easier, right? Which overshoot could easily go to this one. And let's look at 60 minutes, whether we have any broad information. Um, So top and bottom shows us the target 58.50. But tonight, I was really surprised we only dropped so tiny little bit. I would expect more. I was expecting more, but nope, we didn't get that much. So on hourly time frame here, we may really just retest here, 59.50. And if you look at the volume profile, I mean, if you're used to the naked chart, you really do not need to see volume profile. Um, you know exactly where it is. Really, see here, it dropped to this level, but there is a volume gap, right? So you can see hourly time frame target 59.50, but real 59.50 here. The strong support is somewhere near 59.20 area, right? So let's see, like tomorrow, let's see how this week developing, right? So we saw some footage. The bomb sites is in the mountains, and some people say, hey, maybe, if you have this nuclear and Iran been preparing for this kind of attack. So how deep is really in the mountain? Whether they really destroyed it or whether they are willing to negotiate. So I think we're gonna know something this coming week, whether Iran is gonna be willing to, hey, let's cease fire, have a negotiation, have a deal. Or we really didn't do much because if they are building like 300 feet down in the mountains, did we really destroy anything? I don't know. I really don't like wars. I'm a little bit disappointed in Trump. I think we should focus on developing the economy instead of poking just because you are strong, you can decide whoever you want to bomb. I mean, I understand people defend the behavior, but I don't know. I don't, it's not something I would have done. But anyway, so let's look at daily. So if you look at ES daily, it's a little different because that's why I say daily SPY is more accurate because you don't have contract rollover the 50 point gap. So when you have 50 points gap, then sometimes you can like change the wave structure. So on SPY, we could still see to 580, but 580 is really not the strong support. What's the problem? You have a huge $12 gap, right? $10 gap here. So could easily go to 571. Now let's look at daily where 571 would be somewhere near like 57. I would say the second target could be hit here. So let's see whether we're gonna get that. Um, so that's yes, NQ slightly different. So where's the NQ here? NQ also weekly, right? You have weekly breakdown, the solid blue color. Your downside target will be 21,340. And so NQ, if you look at NQ daily, actually is showing wave forward down, right? And is having the same problem. It's showing 21, 1 21,100, but then you have a big gap depending how bullish. Like if the bullish momentum is strong, the bottom of the profile could be support. However, if you have a gap and the bullish momentum is not as strong, you're seeing 400 point. So if you want to go long here, you can either see daily have a really nice green candle or hammer, or you can do longer DTE. Like if I do, I probably do longer DTE. And there is another smaller problem. I was thinking, what would be the second of the year, right? Second half of the year. So one, two. Okay, can we change that? We could. Um, if we come back down, make a higher low, and then break out to make a higher high, then that would change this. So let's see whether we are going to July 4th. But if there's war going on, I don't know, July 4th is going to be a huge bullish run. But either way, wars are bullish for market because you spend, like you boost your GDP, right, by selling all those weapons or burning all those weapons. So that's the short term is bearish, long term is bullish. So now you have QQQ, SPY levels. Those are all in weekly newsletter. So post all the levels. Ideally come back down to somewhere like 499 or 500 because if you only drop to 510, you have a $10 gap here. So let's see. Bitcoin. Bitcoin have been waiting. I was really waiting for somewhere 98,000 for a long time, but then it been so strong. Finally, we got it. So now daily we have wave five up. So targeted one. Let's just call 115,000, right? So could be. But longer term, it could be this could be long term top. So we have one, what, two. So that reminds me, let's go back to SPY one more second. So we're just talking about high hypotheticals, right? So say on daily, we never really we just hit 5608, right? So we have so SPY drop here when and then we hit 608 on daily wave five, and then we drop. Can they drop lower? It really depending on the war. So let's say the war gonna last, and there is a lot of problems about the war. What is the problem? So my target crude oil came really close, but wave five printed. And this I have been calling bullish since what? 50 summer here, right? That's our signature entry. It went up 15, $17 on crude oil. And we all know transportation is not transportation. You heating, burning, doing anything, it's all energy, right? So now what are we seeing? Inflation could be, right? And if you look at the commodities, uh, silver has gone up so much, copper, everything, really everything, gold, everything has gone up so much. When you have commodity going higher, crude oil going higher, your transportation, manufacturing, everything, it would be cost more. And that scares me that we may have our rate going back to 4.85 someday. So for me, I'm just gradually accumulating BNL, like is the treasury bill. It's not the same as TLT. TLT, you have like fundamental the price changes, but bill doesn't have price changes. You just make an interest, almost like a CD in a way. But you can also buy TLT, um, just accumulating. TMF doesn't give you interest, but TLT does. So tomorrow, if the war lasts for a while, look at daily. It's signature dropping, right? So I think we could see TLT to somewhere 82, 83, 82 again. I think that could be very possible if this goes back to the high and will likely go to 83, 82 area. So if you just want to accumulating the shares on dollar cost average, it's perfect. But eventually it will go right. So now I'm a little bit worried about that. What's gonna happen in the inflation if the war doesn't end? Okay, so gold, gold and market didn't really drop. The gold didn't go up. It gave back all the gain. Now it's red, right? So that's why I shorted gold when it's hitting. Look at this, like this is typical rejection, right? So you look at 5 minutes or 3 minutes, you can short and put your stop loss about. I mean, with all the rejection. So this is the top and bottom indicator, right? So when you have this little dot, that meaning this is the top and this is bottom. I really started grow very fond about this top and bottom indicator, frankly speaking. So um, our goal it really never hit the upside target GLD. Very, very close. Came to like $5 shy. So we may like have a lower, say 307. I think that will translate gold to 3350. So let's look at 240 minutes. I have a limit buying order at like here, somewhere here. It spent a lot of time accumulating here, and then I have long order here, limit order. So hopefully it gave me that. And you can see 240 minutes cross over to the downside. Let's look at the hourly. I wanted to go higher first and then give us another chance to short here. So So I'm hoping this like lower Bollinger Bands MACD cross over to the upside. If come to this level, I will start shorting again. So let's see what's happening. Uh, I don't know whether you guys did crude oil or not, but the crude oil you can try to go long here again, but this has become very tricky. It could be gap fill and then run again. So this is the time that I kind of want to stay away because this is stop loss, $500 stop loss, and it's only 3 to 1. Kind of like not almost not worth it. Um, so I'm long Bitcoin. 15 minutes, I think you're gonna retest the low. And same thing as ES, 15 minutes. Probably gonna, or hourly time frame, gonna come back down, retest the low here, hourly. So if this go up all the way to hit this trendline resistance 60-60, then we can short again. But for now, we may actually have a little bit more room. MACD is about crossover to the upside, right? So we really didn't drop that much. We were at 60-20 on Friday closing. It's really 20 points. So If you don't have any cash, you might want to take some profit tomorrow on the positions that you're up a lot, like a CVNA, probably I'm gonna take profit on that. And Lockheed Martin, it depending, let's see what it LMT. And Boeing, it seemed to going to be have a upside target 220. So I didn't do Boeing. I just did Lockheed Martin. I didn't do the NOC either. So now 481 overnight on IB. So I don't know. So I can see Lockheed Martin to, I don't know when we were doing that. Hmm. Let's suppose for the gap fill. So we could see 517 and above 517 would be somewhere 540. So if you enter that 440, 517, I would take capital out just like the profit running, like house money run. And so it doesn't matter anymore, right? Even if you go to zero, you just profit go down, right? So let's see Boeing. Boeing is at strong support and 220, that's $30. $30 pretty good actually, right? Almost 17%. So if tomorrow Boeing doesn't gap up that much, you can still do it. So for me, I'm just gonna do the TQQQ, SPX, and all the other things I may mainly focus on, like the the SPX and TQQQ. Maybe I will see where Tesla ended up. Maybe Tesla as well. So let's see. Um, Ideally, I want the SPY to drop to our at least first level to go long. Like if SPY doesn't come back down to this level, I'm not gonna do SPX call. I'll just do some the shares that on our watch list because it really didn't drop much. So it's not, this is Friday low. We are above Friday low, right? So it really not much. So um just take some profit and keep some cash. It will come back down because the war is unclear what's gonna happen, right? So we'll have a more clear picture. I do think second half of the year we may July 4th maybe pop a little bit and then I do believe second half of the year may have a harder time. We see earning gonna start soon. So stock buyback is closing. There's no more stock buybacks. And then the earnings. So we'll see this earning, we'll see how the tariff impacting, right? So if the earning is not good, then it's not good. So we may see some more downside. So just if give some like free up some cash. I have about like 40% cash at this point. And so we'll see what's happening. And if SPY doesn't drop to this level, I'll just keep that cash to this level and then do a little bit day trading or just hold whatever you have. um Wait, it will come back, just a matter of time, right? That's really all I have. I don't have anything else to add. With all the uncertainties, um we don't have to trade every single small move, right? We do the big swing, like the market come to our price and then we go long, and that's all I have. And so I did give a like weekly newsletter which sectors wave three or wave four or something like that. And I think the financials is going to be good. We have a lot of we have home builder, we have real estate, we have oil. ExxonMobil, you probably want to hold ExxonMobil. It really should be long-term investment. Every time it come back down, you just add to it. And I think all the energy with all the EI, it's so popular now. I see like recruiters reaching out to us. Hey, you want a job like as a, like a data center, like a business development. So it's coming to it become popular. You don't really used to see those many positions in sales. And now it's like recruiters start reaching out to us personally. So I receive a couple. I think I'm just gonna be okay, do what I do. I don't really need to make big bucks to be happy. I'm pretty okay. All right, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow morning. As I said, be careful. Like do short DTE calls. I usually just close right away, give me profit because I am been expecting market should have a pullback, right? And the collar, we're still 100 point higher than the collar. So let's see whether something gonna happen, push us down below 5,900 for SPX. All right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.